pretty much 7 days a week.
But it didn't necessarily seem like extra work in a way, because three of us would be sat there making a vest or talking about making a new design or something, having a few beers of a Friday night or Saturday or something, and like,
To be honest, I wouldn't change it. I think just we were so engaged with it, just having like your own brand and being able to say that and actually build something from scratch. I think that's what I got to enjoy. It wasn't a case of like, I think we're going to make loads of money and then sort of cash out. It's always a case of just the journey of actually building the brand and learning all this new stuff. It's just like going away, having fun. We had like 3 trips to America, I think.
yeah.
And that's where a lot of the influence came from.
Third window across, fourth window across, and then the two levels. The lounge at the top and the bedroom at the bottom.
That's where it all started up there.
At the end of our third trip to America, I think Route 66,
Yeah.
I came back and was like, I've had enough now of doing architecture. We've got to give it a little bit of a go. So I was doing everything at work, everything at the weekends.
Yeah, I think we were hitting like $3,000 a month, but we couldn't, like it was consistent, like we couldn't go any more.
No retail stores, it was just $3,000 a month, every month, £100 a day. So I was like, right, I'll go full time, see if we can scale that to 6. It didn't scale at all. We moved out of our apartment because we couldn't afford to physically pay my wage and do what we needed to do to try and get it to $6,000. And I remember being sat there being like, something needs to change. The brand name's wrong, there was no logo, it was just a written 304.
And at the time, we couldn't give away a logo t-shirt. Like, it wasn't, the brand wasn't built on the logo. It was built on the slogans.
It was neither men's, women's, it was neither a brand, there was no logo, there was no like the tagline didn't really, none of it sort of fitted in.
3 years in, not spent a penny on marketing. Looking back now I know why we couldn't sell more than $3,000 a month.
So we used all the money we had again to commission like a whole brand package, refresh of 3 or 4 hashtag at the time. They were all very American focused because that's the brief we gave them, like it's an American themed brand. And the final one was like, it looked like the letterbox that used to be at the apartment 304 because it was split in half. For men's on one side, women's on the other.
But we actually chose a different logo.
Yeah, we didn't sit on that one. We sat on the one that was like 3 or 4 star. So we wanted to ditch the hashtag and a star. The star would never be in the name, but it sort of cut in off.
It looked a bit like Converse, to be fair. And then I think I went to sleep that night. And I think I had like a nightmare. I can't remember what it was about, but it's about the logo and like it all being wrong.
Wrong decision.
But then I phoned David up and said, I just don't think it's right.
All the artworks, vectors, the brand font that he'd made, everything was in my inbox. I opened it and had to reply to him and say, we've changed our mind, can we please have the letterbox logo instead?
Looking back now, it's definitely the right decision. So we came up with a new brand logo, so it was like a bit of a relaunch of the brand, and like we're actually putting some money into advertising now. It started to look more like a brand. We still had slogans at this point, but they were less. We actually started to sell brand pieces. Smashed our first, we got past the $3,000 mark. So it was a bit of an eye-opener of like, this is what we should be doing.
Because there'd been so many hurdles to get over, such a struggle, and we actually started to see some results and some positive things. It felt a little bit weird at first, I don't know about you, that actually this is why we did it, this is starting to see the results that we wanted. It felt a little bit foreign, but it's feeling more creative, feeling more positive, we're doing better things the more we succeed in a way.
What I'd call the first 4 years is like an apprenticeship, so to speak, like we were just learning what to do, and then everything started to come together all at once, and then you started to see the sales, like we started to see, well actually this has got scope to really grow, and then decided that it was time for me to sort of go full time. In the past, where we've been short of money because of me having a job, I was able to help out the business, so it was like, it's a massive step, and I'll be honest, I was like petrified doing it.
I think I remember like writing an email about this long of all the pros of you coming into the business, and then I think you replied back being like, I understand all the points, I think it's time or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, come on. I've had a conversation a few times over the 7 years. I remember the first time we ever did it saying, what is the aim? Like, was it money? Was it a certain turnover? Was it a certain point you sell it? Or it was always the same sort of answer, being like, yeah, you want to make money and stuff, but it was the working with friends, the freedom of being like, actually, I go to work and it's not work, it's just we're building a brand, we're building a lifestyle. That was always the aim.
It's a Sunday morning, got a message from our warehouse manager. There's a bit of fire at the warehouse. There's a chance that some of your stock might have been burnt. And I was like, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. It's a bit of a fire. Hopefully we're lucky and ours hasn't been damaged. I went on the news and there was like an article there saying warehouse in Basildon, Essex burnt down. I was like, shit, that's got to be our warehouse. And I looked at the pictures and it was just like dust.
At 20 past midnight tonight, Essex County Fire and Rescue Service was called to a large fire here at this large warehouse behind me on the festival.
Everything been destroyed. Obviously we were insured, but we were insured at the minimum level of just like sort of cost, and knowing how sort of insurance process is, we knew it would be a long time before we saw any of that. So I think I actually said to him on the phone, I said to him, I think we're finished. And he said to me, I think we are too.
I was just like, if we can get past this, I remember you saying the same thing, if we can get past that, if I have no stock, bills up to our ears, then the brand should and hopefully will stand the test of time.
I think the average they say is like the brand's only got like a 5-year shelf life, and we've already done 7. Yeah. I still feel like it's only just getting going really. Yeah. As I said, we had samples in the office, like just like bits of odds and ends, so get them online, do mystery boxes, and then we found someone who did like printing on demand, so you could just give them blank tees and a print for the order. It was like a slower process, but we had no other choice at the time. I think
it was expensive, but it was bringing money in, so like
to generate cash. And so then actually, I remember the first design we brought back was like a phoenix like logo on fire kind of thing, symbolised.
It didn't do that well, did it?
No, but I think it was more about the message or sort of.
Yeah, quite a lot of people bought it, even though they probably didn't like it.
Family, but loads of family and friends bought it just to support us.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, it's like actually, even though the fire was quite an extreme thing, not every brand has that, but they've all got their own versions of that. It's just perseverance, isn't it? You just got to keep going. You got to find a way.
I think we'll probably start again quite a few more times. We've had a few fresh starts, but I think as a brand, like it's important that you do. So essentially, probably start again every couple of years just to stay relevant.
Sit down, remember why you started it, get your head straight again, and be like, you come back twice the person you were.
Anyone who's got a brand will probably tell you it's like having a child.
Yeah.
Like
it was just
you never want to like quit it because it'd be like giving your child away.
I didn't want to admit defeat.
No.
I could not ever like dream about saying it's not working, that's it.
People were saying like, why don't you just knock it on its head, because obviously it's not worth you working 7 days a week.
No.
But we just kept going, I think persistence, and eventually it just started to click, didn't it?
You've been watching Channel 304. Thank you very much for watching the story so far. Make sure you like, comment, share, and we'll be back with chapter 2 soon.